And we'll get a look here at Trey Lance. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Jets and the Steelers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Jets of Brooklyn taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. And that means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive run to the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify. I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And the rushing numbers for Davis Price a week ago. 13 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well. Looking to throw on second down. Richard.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
To throw on second down, Richard. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Third down and 13.
Back to throw, Richard. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. The touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 12 carries, 62 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers is gone. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Richard. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Jets' 21-yard line.
Handoff right side, Davis Price. Now he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That's good for us Steelers. First down.
Looking to throw. Richard. Oh, it's caught. And the Steelers are going to be set up with 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the run.
I think he had to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Davis Price again. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Davis Price is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just 1 play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, they get downfield creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Jets had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ballgame because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down. Running left, it's Hall. Down to the 42, second down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball again on second down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Ball again. And able to get this to the 31.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They got to get to the 23 here on 4th. Throwing now is Lance. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
The Jets triumph, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the side. Now it's 3rd down. Lance now to throw. Throw left sideline falls incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. Now the Jets are called on the field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, it had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Davis Price will try to pick it up. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you get to the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
To throw, it's Lance. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A first catch there for Wilson and a first down. Here's Lance to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Jets on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. This pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Now does Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Ty Davis-Price and the rest of this offense returning to the field.
He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Richard. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
At the 44-yard line.
Lance going to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now throwing on 3rd down here, but he cannot connect. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Ty Davis-Price and the rest of this offense returning to the field.
And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to see.
Rashard lost it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Pickens going in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Richard. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The previous play they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Looking to throw. Richard escaping the pressure. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Richard.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
A 26-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you walk the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
They'll go again with Hall.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Hall.
And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to be a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot They start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jets' 38-yard line.
Second down, here's Davis Price.
And this time not quite to the 30. Will be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Richard. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Second and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
3rd and 8.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
York able to send this one through.
And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Brees Hall help leading out this offense for another series.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
He's established himself well, and that can put more points on. So a failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Here's Lance.
Incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. Now the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. On 1st down, Richard, incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Gets it out wide to Davis Price.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Completes this one to Pickens.
This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field.
And it's a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Lance. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take
play
another
is
look
under
at this.
review.
this 2nd and 4. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest in first half, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. A terrible tackle is in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Throw right side here will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Taking on the midfield logo. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Throwing on 1st down. Richard. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Davis Price on 1st and 10.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Tackle on that play by Quentin Williams. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Off the play fake. Richard. Throw right side. He's complete to Andrews, his tight end. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Operating from the gun. Richard. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Jordan on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And the lead stretches. 16-3 now.
So the lead extended. And I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So you're saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they'd struggled throughout this one.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Over the middle, complete. That's Foster. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Hall on a give up the middle. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Now fair catch is called for and taken at we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up. But they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one that goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes up and says, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Richard. They're going to rotate Andrews here on the outright. And brought down, but able to get it to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to...
And Gary's man, complete. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. They'll try and throw for it. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Lance looking to throw it. That ball caught by Campbell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A give running right is Hall. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. but how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
First down, Jets.
Throwing now is Lance. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. To the sideline and finding his man. It's Campbell. A good pickup there. 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Working from the gun. Lance. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take it home. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1.
Off play action. Richard. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Davis Price up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Another touch for Davis Price. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Davis Price gets this one out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Off the play fake. Richard able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 19.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. Richard to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked
down the numbers. There he goes. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Jets. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. On 1st and 10, Richard. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They'll toss it right side to Davis Price. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This offense so far on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Going for it. Here's Davis Price. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away.
It's 4th down.
And this one's high, but not very far. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Jets will take over. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Jets 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running left, it's Hall. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. Just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Desperation time here. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
At their 48-yard line.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down, Richard. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Got Dobbs over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And Brooklyn first down.
Lance now on first down. He dumps this one off here to Hall. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
44-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Here's Lance. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
First down, Brooklyn.
Lance looks to throw again. Open man, here's Foster. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Now Lance. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. On play action, Lance. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And Lance now to throw. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. And Lance going to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and run it here. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Try to take this home. They'll run. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the lead will hold at 10. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Here's Lance. And it's coming over the middle. Wilson. And he's got this down to the 35. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Lance. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So we're back to a one-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the one timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance at getting the ball back.
And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. Fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a ball game this was. What an